Namaste, beautiful people. This is Dr. Shreya Tayen, and I am going to be doing your Pick a Door reading for you. First, I want to say that this is a general reading. And with that being said, not everything will resonate. Some of it will, some of it won't, and there may be some of you that all of it will. Okay? Now, I have a total of 12 spreads that are laid out here for each door. I am going to go ahead and call in some help, and then I'll get right into the reading. I call upon air, fire, earth, water, spirit, and ether. I ask that my guides, my higher self, and source energy help me to do this reading, and so it is. All right. So now that I have help from the higher realms, the first card that there's to choose from is the door number 1 that leads to Narnia. Okay? Now with this door, the card that is leading is the Chariot. Actually, this card was in reverse and I turned it upside down. Okay? You have the Chariot in reverse, and this door leads to rest and rejuvenation. You also have the rest and rejuvenation card. And then you also have study card. Okay, that's behind door number 1. What I'm feeling from this card is that we can never know all that it is that we need to know when it comes to studying. And from time to time, it's really important that we empty ourselves out so we can fill ourselves back up, so to speak. You can never know enough. And from time to time, it's very important and very vital to go back and relearn what you need to unlearn. Does that make sense? Or you may need to learn old things that you might have back in the recesses of your mind in new ways. So learning something totally new altogether is what this study card in the back is requiring that you're in need of, okay? And Spirit has its own way of letting us know that it's time for renewal and rejuvenation. And so with the Chariot being in the reverse position, it's talking about you moving straight ahead, okay? You have the willpower and the determination to get things done. This is a card that is a confirmation that you are charging ahead with life and that you are in a natural flow of things. And with that being said, this will require that beautiful rest and rejuvenation that I was just mentioning to you, okay? And with it being the winter season, you should take this time to reflect and do introspection. And by doing this, you will come into your whole and complete self. And it seems like this is the period of time that you're coming into at this moment. It's a time for rejuvenation. It's a time for rest. And your soul is being coddled right now from the universe. And look at this as a sign, this card as a confirmation that you are charging ahead full throttle and that it's time for you to just go with the natural flow of things. And yeah, that's pretty much what I get from door number 1 with Narnia. Let's go ahead and move on to card number 2. Now I got with door number 2, the Hogwarts, and you have the Two of Pentacles. You have the Memory of Love card. Okay. And you know, the water being on a card deals with emotions. It's a sign for emotions. Then you also have intuitive nudges, okay? Let's go ahead and get right into it. You have intuitive nudges because the universe is trying to get your attention about a particular situation in your life. The Two of Pentacles, this card right here reminds me of balance. There is a need for balance to be called in a certain area of your life. This also could be a frugal card, okay? There are others that may be around you that can afford to expend their time and money and their resources in a particular way or fashion, but the universe is calling for you to just be very cautious about what you expend your time, energy, resources, and finances into, okay? This is why you got the intuitive nudges card, okay? It's like the universe is tapping you on the shoulder and is speaking your soul language. Intuition is the language of the soul. We are all born aware with our senses and this inner knowing. And as we get these interpromptings and what we call intuition, we need to realize it for the gift that it is. Okay, we all possess this gift. We all have intuition, which it keeps us connected to our higher selves, the universe, and most importantly, to the divine spirit. So pay attention to these inner promptings because they will lead to interpretations of what you may be missing in the material world. And you may have memories of someone that is from your past. And when I'm speaking of this, I'm speaking of this card. This card, it comes with a nostalgia, like a childhood nostalgia. So it may be someone that's from your childhood or old friend or someone from the past. They may be re-entering back into your life, okay? So I just want you to just relax, be calm, but you will get a visit from someone that's in the past, maybe an old flame, old lover, or an old friend, okay? All right, let's go ahead and move on to the third door. You have door number 3, which is Wonderland. You have the Three of Swords in reverse, the Authority card, which is the Emperor card in original tarot. Then you have You Are Not Alone. Okay. The Three of Swords here, it reminds us that even though another have put a sword in our hearts through some type of betrayal or deceit, we are the ones that perpetually betray ourselves by not letting go and releasing the resentment. So if this has happened to you, I'm asking that you don't burden yourself down, but unburden the heart, okay? And it's time for forgiveness. Because if we don't forgive, we put up resistance with the universe and we keep ourselves from our highest good to come in. Swords also represent power. It also represents the feeling of being empowered. So the heart may want to hold on to the certain situation, or it may want to feel a sense of possessiveness by staying in that old stale energy of not wanting to let go. Okay. Now, although it gives an immediate illusion of being like the moral victor, you know, I wasn't the bad person after all, I knew this person was going to hurt me type mode, it also leaves us feeling hollow and empty. And this right here is a false sense of power. It's not the kind of power that we need in our life. It can suck us dry of our energy, and we need to guard against such thinking, okay? And yet the heart remains still wounded. So in order for us to get past this, we need to let go of a particular situation, because it's showing me from this card and what I'm feeling. Some of you have been holding on to this situation for a very long time. It's not new. It's a very old situation that you need to go. You need to let go of, and you need to go within. It's time for you to move around in this wonderland. We have the Emperor card, which stands for authority. So it's telling me that some of you already have very strong masculine qualities. Okay? You already know how to use your leadership, your logic, strength, wisdom, and power. So you're being asked by the universe right now to tap into the masculine aspects of yourself and reignite those qualities and traits, because they will help you to have good reasoning, problem solving skills, and the wherewithal that you need now in order for you to be the leader that the universe is calling you to be, in order for you to get and move through this situation with a better understanding, overstanding, and clarity. You don't need to be stuck, okay? You don't need to be limping on two opinions about this matter. Rest assured, just know that you are not alone. And that is represented by this card in the back with the You're Not Alone card. You have help from your guides, your angels from the higher realms. They are willing to step in at any given moment to help you out in this particular situation. And that is the end of the reading for the Wonderland door. I hope that this resonated with you. And now we're going to move on to door number 4. All right, for those of you that picked door number 4, which is the door to Camelot, you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Passion Ignited card in reverse. And you have Caregiver. When I look at the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the energy that I'm receiving from this is that some of you need to recharge your spiritual batteries. If you're wondering why things are not taking off in a timely fashion, well, there is an old adage that more hands make the load light. It looks like to me that you're doing everything like you're a one-man army, okay? You're carrying everything, including the world, on your shoulders. And that's the reason why you also have the Caregiver card here. You're so busy taking care of everybody else but yourself. You have lost your sense of who you are in the process of taking care of other people, okay? There is an old adage that says, love loves to love, okay? Now, I am sensing with this Passion Ignited card of a new beginning for you. There's also going to be like new ideals, new revelations that are coming in for you. Exciting adventure lies ahead. You have people that are going to have booming businesses, etc. And then you have those that are going to have a balance in between the two. They're going to have the best of both worlds. I'm so excited for you. I can't even get it out. And then you're going to have some that are going to have this renewed spiritual strength. And that's what I get with the card that's in the back with the Caregiver. It's time for you to recharge your batteries. There's no wonder that Source didn't put all of these cards together. They're together for a reason, because they all go hand in hand. And right now, your renewed spiritual strength is at an all-time high. There is a powerful force that Spirit is giving to you, through you, that is flowing, and it's coming in with a new sense of purpose. Some of you guys are going to be coming into your creative powers and creating things. And right now, I'm sensing for some of you to just be all that you can be. Reach inside and tap into your creative forces. Use it to move forward and set up a strong foundation for your future, okay? Now, other people will see the spark that's in you. And they'll see that you're emanating all of these wonderful ideals, and they'll wonder, what's your secret? So that's what I'm getting for everyone that chose door number 4. Let's go ahead and go into door number 5. Okay, for door number 5, this is the door that leads to Neverland. Now, I am feeling from these cards, oh my God, I'm feeling something heavy here. There's been a shift in the reading. You have the Queen of Wands in reverse. You have the moving on card. Okay. And then you have the embrace the moment. Okay. With the Queen of Wands in reverse, this tells me that you're experiencing some type of burnout, and then there's a strong need to transmute this energy. And the way that you do this is transmute this energy by helping others, like friends and family around you. They may be in need, or they may be struggling, and they may be experiencing some particular situation in their lives that are just daunting for them at this time. And by doing this, it will help you to start taking your mind off of your own issues. This card can also represent infidelity for some. Remember, this is a general reading. There may be someone close to you that may be unloyal or unfaithful. It also could be your friend, a close friend that may be close to you is two-faced, and they're not being forthright about a particular situation. Okay. Now, whatever the case may be, the universe is asking you to move past this energy, because there is so much more life ahead of you and ready for you to embark on. A much needed journey to leave the past behind. This is what I'm getting from this reading. Some of you are being tested, and this card is here to let you know that there is light at the end of this tunnel. And it signifies that this time has arrived in your life, which is a difficult cycle. And it's a difficult cycle for some of you. But it is coming to an end. So that's your hope. This card, the moving on card here, it represents traveling, moving forward, or some of you can be even moving abroad or overseas. But the universe is telling you that calmer waters are here. And with all of the lessons that you have been learning from and what you've been going through, the universe is calling you to embrace those moments. This very now moment is the moment that you need to reside in. Think very positive today. And by thinking positive today, it will help you to repel those negative thoughts of the past. And try not to be your own self-saboteur. Don't judge yourself, or don't judge others neither by this experience. Okay? This may be one of the hardest things that you have been through or have ever dealt with. But remember, what you are doing when you are doing this, when you think positive, okay, you create your own reality. You are aligning yourself to what is happening around you. and you are changing the dynamics of the energy that was once there. So you can change the dynamics and the energy around this card by changing your thoughts, because thoughts become things and those things turn into reality. I hope that this resonated with you. Like, subscribe, share the video, and I'm going to go ahead and stop this reading, and I'm going to go into the next door. For those of you that picked door 6, which is Westeros, you have the 10 of Swords in reverse. Now, right off the top, that's telling me that a lot of you have been injured. You have been through something that has been tumultuous, something that has been very pressing and daunting on your soul and your spirit. So what the universe is asking you at this very now moment in time, in all directions, in time and space, beloved, is to examine things from every angle and thoroughly pin down all aspects of your situation. You are now looking at something from the wrong end of the spectrum. So the universe is asking to unblock your view of reality. Stop seeing things only the way that you want to see them, and stop the fear-based thinking. Everything is not tumbling all down. You cannot base your present on the past always. It's like as if you're looking for the next shoe to drop. The universe is asking you to stretch yourself and your search for knowledge, and to be very diligent about your development when it comes to wisdom. Okay? And that's what I'm getting when I'm looking at this card, the Harmony card in reverse. Maybe someone has revamped your views on love. Maybe you're thinking that all women or all men are the same, and that all women and all men are out to hurt or harm or injure you in some type of way, shape, or form. But one thing that I want to tell you, there's always a tipping of the scales. Nothing remains the same. Trouble does not last always. And your confirmation of that is that by you giving back to the universe those good vibrations, those good seeds of karma, there is going to be a cycle that's going to come back around for you that's going to help to improve your lot in life. By the steady improvement of the now moment, focusing on what you want now, not focusing on what you don't want and what has happened to you in the past. When you are suffering from the aftermath of a deep personal hurt, one thing that is necessary is deep spiritual guidance and soul healing. Okay, the Harmony card came into reverse for a reason. You have some deep spiritual initiations that you're going through. Partnerships and unions are starting to change in your life. And this is a time where you need to start manifesting your future. It's also a time for a new love affair and the unification of your heart and your soul. Okay? The universe is bringing in sweet justice. That is definitely being called into your lot in life at this very time, at this now moment. And just know that that is a time to make choices in current relationships. The bonds that you form with others are really about the bonds that you have within yourself. They serve to us as mirrors. And what do mirrors do? They always reflect back perfectly who we really are. So what I'm going to impress upon your mind is to ask yourself, What am I running from? And why am I running from this relationship? What qualities am I developing by staying in this relationship? Is this partnership for my highest good? Those are 3 questions that I want you to ask yourself, okay? These are the most empowering questions that you can ask for your soul, because it will encourage you to move on with their meanings that are encoded in the lessons. Now also remember, lessons are always blessings or blessings. Just put a B before the lessons, and you will start to understand and understand that this came to serve you and not to harm you. And after you do this, you'll be able to give back in return, which is the card that's here in your spread. Today is the day to cast aside all your normal routines that you normally would do and make your main purpose to serve. Love is about giving and not receiving, but most importantly, the being of love. And that will conclude the end of your reading, and I will go ahead and go on to door number 7. All right, for those of you that have picked door number 7, which is the Middle Earth, you have the Lover's card, you have New Beginnings, and you have Trust. Okay. Now with the Lover's card, you do have the Lover's card in the upright position. Okay. Now I refer to this card as the boundary card. You're being called to set boundaries in your relationships. And there are some of you that are being required to make a choice. Now, that choice could be between your partnership and spiritual growth, or it can be between your job and spiritual growth. Remember, this is a general reading, but whatever the decision is, definitely it needs to be made. Now, either you can decide to put petty arguments or indifferences aside in your current partnerships or relationships. Make sure that you are hearing one another out so that you can hear from a different vantage point what the other person has to say. Or you can choose to ignore what they have to say. And if you do that, rest assured you'll remain stagnant. But remember, to choose or not to choose is still a choice. So this is like a door A or door B, the universe is telling you. So right now you're being called to trust the natural order of things. That's what you got with the trust card in the back. Go with the natural flow of things and not let your logical mind dictate the direction of the past to aim towards your future. I'm getting in this reading and with a lot of these doors that the past is no longer serving us. These are old timelines. These are old paradigms that we can't afford to take that into our future, especially with this being the beginning of a new year. You have your own personal guidance system, your GPS, your God provided and protection system, okay, whichever resonates with you, that is urging you to follow your best suitable route. And then you will see that everything will be done in divine order and what's best for all parties when you tap into your intuition or your into me, okay, or your into me-ition. New beginnings are here, which can be the rekindling of an old relationship or a current relationship, or it can represent a new relationship altogether. Remember, again, take what resonates with you, but this is what I get from this door. All right. Let's go ahead and move to door number 8. All right, for those of you who've chosen door number 8, Hyrule, this is the reading. You got the King of Wands in reverse. You got Spiritual Strength in reverse. Then you got the Have Fun card, upright. See that? Okay. With the King of Wands in reverse, I'm getting for some of you to take a step back, do some introspection, okay? Or it can relate to you needing to step back and allow your partner to take a closer look at your relationship. And the universe is asking that you allow your partner to do this at this time and not to have any worries, because it is a good sign that will sweeten and deepen your intimacy and your relationship with this person. And in the meantime, the universe is telling you to stop and smell the roses with this Have Fun card. Some of you are just basically having your analytical mind take over. You're not enjoying life at this particular moment. It's saying to let your inner child out, be wild, be free, okay? It's long overdue for a lot of you. A lot of you are just basically in the rut of day-to-day tasks and mundane things. Get out of your head. Have fun. Roam. Be wild. Be free. Give yourself permission. Give your soul permission to have fun, okay? You also have the Spiritual Strength in reverse. Okay? Spiritual Strength in reverse. Some of you are coming out of a transformation, an old way of thinking, and the universe is basically giving you kudos for the job that you have done and taking time to allow both your personal and spiritual growth to blossom. Okay? So that's what I'm getting for door number 8. Let's go ahead and go into door number 9. For those of you that have chosen door number 9, the Mushroom Kingdom, it leads with the 8 of Wands in the upright position. You also have Recognition and Reward card. You also have Take a Moment. Okay? I'm feeling for some of you, some things are just coming in like really fast. Like super acceleration is being enforced and introduced into your life at this moment. So prepare yourself for an abrupt increase in the pace of your life, because if you're moving or used to moving at a steady pace, things are about to rev up, okay? And you're about to get very busy in your life. This is actually good news. It's the time for you to finish projects that you've been wanting to finish, and they will happen and progress very quickly, okay? You will experience just a few delays along the way, but in conclusion, it's likely to be successful. And if it is slowed down, it's because the universe is rerouting you to a better course. So it's all in your favor. These cards right here and the energy that I'm receiving for this person or this person that's viewing this reading is very good. You have new relationships that are coming through. Although it raises the possibility of needing to travel for some of these relationships, it's all good. Okay? All things considered, though, this is a very good spread. I mean, the energy that I'm feeling is really great. And as long as you're willing to buckle down and get to work, the odds are definitely going to be in your favor. Even if you have to leave everything behind, the universe is here to tell you that it is supporting you and got your back in this particular situation. So take a moment. The card that is the Take a Moment card, it's just telling you, just take a moment at this now moment and stop. before things start taking flight now, just make sure that when you do make your decisions, because of the pace of everything that's coming in, that it's not a rushed decision. Think about it before you make it, because it's important that your decisions are very decisive and well thought out. So there's nothing wrong with you needing a moment to pause and quiet your mind, even though you have the busyness is what I'm getting from the energy of this card, of life around you, life happening around you. There's nothing wrong with still checking in and tapping in to ask for your own inner guidance before you act or move forward. Now, you also got the recognition and reward card saying that the universe is here to pay you for all of your hard work and your earnest efforts in a particular situation. Okay? You will get the due diligence and you will now start to see the fruits of your labor. So, good job. And this will conclude your reading. This reading is for those of you that have chosen door number 10. Door number 10 is 221B Baker Street. You have the Page of Cups upright. You have the crown chakra in the reverse position. Then you have the Breathe card. Okay. When I look at the Page of Cups, there's something that's not being fully expressed. It can be in a partnership or a relationship. There could be someone that is emotionally unavailable, or there could be something that is hidden or something that is remaining unconscious. The universe is calling to you to look at things from a different perspective. Old ways won't open new doors. So now is the time for you to take a step back and just breathe. Just breathe for a moment and just focus on your breath. I want to let you know there's power in the breath. The breath is the vital bridge between your body and the soul. It's the connection between you and the universe. This breath, it permeates your whole entire being with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nurses us down to the core of our being. It's in everything. And this is what the universe brought you forth with when you came out of your mother's womb. Prana. She pushed. She had to take a deep breath. You also have the crown in reverse. I am getting, for some of you, that you are now connecting with your crown chakra and your heart chakra. They're now being bridged together. You're now bridging heaven and earth. And you're combining the upper and the lower chakras together. Okay? And that's the reading. Am I getting anything else from this? I'm getting that some of you are now working in the spiritual realm with Metatron. Metatron is over the crown chakra, and you're starting to see more of the sacred geometry around you, like the Fibonacci spiral, the fruit and the seed of life, the tree of life. These are things that are starting to come into your sphere of existence, and a lot of you are going to be studying sacred geometry. And you're just basically going to be spiritually vamped up now. Your spirituality is going to be heightened and is going to take flight. And you're going to be learning things and implementing things at a more accelerating speed than what you have in time past. And that will conclude the end of your reading. Thank you. Thank you for opening door 11. Door 11 one thing that stood out to me the most is the fact that it's door 11. And you know that that is an open portal number. And for some of you that are on this twin flame journey, it's a great number, especially when you see 1111, right? So this opens the door to Dumbledore, okay? Now you have the Judgment card in the upright position. You have the Wisdom card in the upright position. And then you have a Child's Love card. Okay, now the Judgment card basically signifies that the universe is bringing a balance into a certain situation that you have been struggling with. It's like karma is coming back to repay you. You may feel like at this time you might have received injustice in a particular situation in your life. However, rest assured that with a child's love, this card, that the love between a parent and a child is one of the most precious and divine, deep connections that we can ever experience during our time here on the earth. Okay? Children are a part of us. They are created from our soul DNA and our physical DNA. And their first cries, when they come out of the mother's womb, establish them as the biggest part of our hearts. This card is just asking that you remember that if you have children, remember that love, that bond, and that connection. Remember how strong it is. Because in your darkest night of the souls, and when you're experiencing a low ebb, Source is asking you to channel that energy and turn it within and push it back to yourself. Because this is how strong the love that your Creator has for you. Some of you are going through a very hard time. It could be custody battles, it could be a separation, or it could be a divorce that involves children. And for some of you that don't have any children, it's saying that the universe is asking you to recall the love that Spirit has lovingly given you throughout your lifetime. The shielding, the protection, the unending, unconditional love, and all thy knowing. Get wisdom and understanding. This is exactly what the Wisdom card is calling forward for you to do. To have wisdom in this situation, your present situation. Okay? This represents an end to a conflict. Have you ever heard that old saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear? Not when the teacher appears, the student will be ready, right? For some of you, there is a spiritual teacher who is about to come into your life to influence you, to help influence your steps in your life, to impart more wisdom and knowledge. And maybe that someone may already be in your spirit who has the acumen and the education and the spiritual prowess to help you to develop your skills on a physical realm and spiritually too, making the two one, so that you can be a true alchemist and be able to transmute and transform any situation that is in your life at this moment that may be a false reality. Okay, some of you I find that are in light worker groups and different groups that deal with ascension and enlightenment and higher consciousness. So you're involved with like-minded souls or groups that are here to help you to share in your thinking and your thoughts and to help you with the infusion of spiritual enlightenment. The universe is saying, do not forget that over time, the student often becomes the teacher. So don't be surprised when some of these people in these groups start coming for you and seeking you out for advice. This reminds me of a spiritual ranking. You are moving up on the spiritual ladder. You are coming into your own. So this is a very powerful card for those of you who picked door number 11. Now look what we have here. Door number 12. Last but certainly not least, this has been the card that leads to the last door. And the last door that there is to be open is door number 12. This is beautiful. I love the energy that I'm getting, that I'm receiving from this card. Wow. Okay. You got door number 12, which is Tardis. Okay. You have the Three of Pentacles that is in the upright position. What I'm feeling from this card is there are some of you that may be meeting someone at work that has been eyeballing you. Okay. It's like I'm getting that they have been looking at you for quite some time, maybe from afar. And then for some of you, I'm getting that it's like strictly business, it's strictly work related, and that your work is getting favorable notice from the higher ups about your work. They're seeing you for who you really are and what you're capable of. So I'm seeing promotion for some of you. And also you have the Soul Power card, which is here, and is asking you to always remember you are a spirit within the body and not the other way around. Remember who you are. Your soul is the true essence of who you are, and it has the unlimited potential to supply you with soul power at your disposal, at your command. Your wishes, your command. Abracadabra, I create as I speak. Whenever you need it, it is there. All you have to do is call upon it. Okay? You are truly unlimited in your power and potential. So remember, whenever you need this energy, you can always call upon it. It's always here for you. Now, I'm also picking up for some of you that you've been tested or challenged, or there may be some type of competition that is surrounding you personally or in your business or professional life, and that there is a need to call upon this inner strength and courage to stand your ground. And that's what I'm getting with your Stand Your Ground card. You're being told to draw a line in the sand, but don't surrender or give up the control that you have. Some of you are having to set boundaries in your relationships. The universe is causing you to be brave and stay true to the core of your being, on your views, your values, your belief systems. Because when you do this, this helps you to best align yourself at this moment in order for you to move forward and to stay focused and remain clear to bring all the things that you want into your sphere of existence. And you do this from your center with love and light. And within your heart chakra, sending out those rays, those green rays of love. And ultimately, the universe is telling you by doing so, you will win this victory. You will stand your ground. You will be a mighty victor instead of a victim in the situation. All right, that will conclude your reading. I do personal. I do. Funny. I do book personal readings. I will put the information in the link and the information for the description of this reading. And I will also put timestamps on these so you can just click and go to the door that you chose. And I have gotten some people in our group that have chosen multiple doors, which is fine because I feel like if you choose more than one door, that is because there is one or two or more messages that you need to hear from Spirit. I hope that you enjoyed this reading as much as I have. Thank you so much for doing the reading with me. I had fun channeling this information. And I now wrap you in my love and I cloak you with the light of Christ consciousness. And so it is, everyone. Namaste.